what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Katey Unfiltered, and usually on my channel on Wednesdays I sit down, I play with makeup, and I talk about the latest episode of Grey's Anatomy. So if that sounds like your thing, I hope you come back and see me, because today that is not what we are going to be doing. This is my third time trying to film this video, but it's definitely been worth the time it's taken to get my thoughts together. Last week's episode was really focused around George Floyd, the events around his death, and the conversation that had started in our country and around the world. This topic is enormously important, and frankly, I just don't feel qualified to speak on it in great depth or detail. I don't feel like I'm the right person to do that. And I didn't feel like it would be appropriate to sit down and play with makeup and have the casual, joking, fun conversation that I normally would have about an episode of Grey's Anatomy with you guys. It just didn't feel appropriate or right. So that's why I'm making this video and making it a little bit more in short form and just sitting down and talking with you directly on camera. If you haven't seen the episode yet, and if you haven't watched S17, which came directly prior, I really encourage you to do so. From my perspective, the way that each show handled the events surrounding George Floyd's murder were handled extraordinarily well and very delicately, and did a really great job in showing us many different perspectives and experiences of characters that are at different points in their lives with different backgrounds. And I felt like the show really did a good job of communicating different perspectives while also doing the message justice. And that's been something that I've been really critical of the show in the past. I've been critical this season about how they have handled important issues, and really felt like the show could have done better and could have stepped up when it came to addressing these social issues. I do not feel that way anymore, at least when it comes to this episode. I felt like they did an extraordinary job. I'm stumbling over my words here a little bit and speaking more off the cuff, but the message that I'm trying to get across is that I felt like the show did a really great job when trying to talk about this particular issue. It was something that really impacted me, and, was honestly a good reminder that the fight isn't over. And it was a great way to still remind me, even though it's been a year since those events, since he died. And I think it's really easy to get complacent, and it's really easy to, turn your attention elsewhere. There's a lot going on, and it's been a year that's been full of a lot of shit. And I think it was really great that the show, even a year later, is still trying to have that really important conversation. So if you haven't watched it yet, I really encourage you to do so. And even if it's not your thing, I would just ask that you don't stop talking about it. You don't stop trying to keep yourself educated, keeping yourself engaged. And most important to me, take care of each other. Show compassion, be there for the people in your life, and listen when people try to tell you about their experiences. I think those are the most important things that we can do right now, and that's what I'm trying to do in my own life, and try to use this channel as a space for good and for community, and also use this as a space to say, like, hey, I want to sit down and I want to make sure that you know that these things are important to me. Forgive me for my stuttering or for my voice breaking. This is just a really challenging thing to talk about, and I hope that my intention is coming across here, that I do think that these things are important, and I want to do my part, however small, to make sure that I'm being part of making the world a better place, and that I'm not shying away from shining a light on these important issues. It is 5:55 p.m. on Tuesday, April 20th. This video will go up tomorrow, April 21st, and we have literally just learned about the conviction of Derek Chauvin. His verdict came through, and he was found guilty on all three counts, or on all three charges. I'm sorry, I'm not going to use the right language here, but he was found guilty, and I would be lying if I said I didn't feel a sense of relief. Justice, it's definitely something that I've been really worried about and concerned about, and I know that a lot of people have been waiting for this moment, and I know that this is by no means solving any sort of problem that we have in the world. and that this doesn't automatically fix things. But to me, I think this is a moment that we'll all remember for the rest of our lives. And I don't want to take away from the gravity of the moment by, again, sitting down and doing a commentary video about Grey's Anatomy, and I don't want to treat the subject lightly. So that's where I'm going to leave it today. Be kind to one another, be compassionate to one another. The work doesn't stop here, it keeps going. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you on the next one.